Lucky are those who find time for introspection, otherwise life passes by earning 2 meals a day and fulfilling responsibilities. People don't save time for themselves, and while fulfilling their duties, they become so exhausted that life starts feeling like a burden. It loses its charm, enthusiasm, and vitality. But not everyone has always been like that. Sometime in the past, people must have been filled with great enthusiasm and zeal. But now, what happened that their enthusiasm faded away? In life, no spark of excitement or enthusiasm can be seen. Why did this happen? The topic will revolve around how to start a new beginning in life. The same enthusiasm, the same zest, the same spirit, and the same freshness, how everything will come back. This story is of the medieval period when the Buddha had attained self-realization. The pursuit of his limitless knowledge had started spreading throughout the world, and witnessing the fame of the Buddha, many young people in the city became eager to attain self-realization. The desire to attain self-realization was rare among the disciples, but the aspiration to become famous by pretending to have attained self-realization was prevalent in everyone's hearts. Whenever a young disciple approached the Buddha to attain self-realization, the Buddha would instruct them to beg for alms and remain silent for a few days. Initially, every disciple would diligently beg for alms, but as time passed, their interest in begging waned. Most young disciples no longer showed interest in any task. One day, a beloved disciple of the Buddha informed him about the current state of all the young disciples. This disciple earnestly requested the Buddha to give some guidance in front of all of them so that their interest in all tasks could be restored, and they could continue on the path of self-realization constantly. The disciple, with folded hands, said that the Buddha alone could guide the lost young disciples on the right path. "Please, guide us all with your sacred teachings." Buddha, while gently placing his hand on the new disciple's head, said that the path to self-realization is something a person must walk on their own. Until the desire for self-realization arises within them, their pursuit of self-realization will remain superficial. But their inner strength will never work to its full potential unless their desire for self-realization is genuine, yet you wish for me to give guidance on showing the right path. Then tomorrow during the evening session, the teachings will be around why a person's mind gets old in their youth. The next day during the evening session, the Buddha began his discourse by asking a young disciple, "While walking on the road, what would you do if a snake suddenly comes under your feet?" The young disciple replied that if he made such a mistake, he would consider his well-being in escaping from there because the snake could turn and attack him. Therefore, he would need to stay alert and quickly move away from the spot. The Buddha then addressed all the disciples, saying, "Just as a deer in the jungle always remains alert for its life, and likewise, a lion remains vigilant for its prey. Whenever he gets the chance, he hunts that deer. So, here, whoever lacks vigilance will have to wash his hands of his life. Either the deer will be killed, or the lion will die hungry." The interesting thing is that both the lion and the deer have to remain vigilant for their rewards. If any of them makes a mistake even for a moment, they will lose their game. But we humans never think like this. That at any moment, a snake can come under our feet. Therefore, we should remain alert. We take every step with complete unconsciousness because we always feel that nothing can come under our feet. Therefore, we gradually move in unconsciousness. The Buddha continued his teaching, saying that when you learn to walk in childhood, you all take one step at a time with great caution. With great vigilance and carefulness, you must have started. But as you became proficient in walking, your attention gradually shifted from your steps, and you started walking unconsciously. Now, taking steps in life no longer requires vigilance for you. Ordinary walking has become a habit for your mind, and there is no need for you to remain vigilant to reinforce that habit. That's why you slowly start walking unconsciously. Most people, when they keep doing the same type of work in life, gradually lose the enjoyment of that work. Now, they don't find any pleasure in doing that work. They are just doing that work out of habit, and that's why most of the tasks in our lives become habitual, devoid of any joy, and slowly, the essence of our lives fades away. Some people have lost their enthusiasm, their zeal, and their hope completely. We may be breathing, but from within, we are entirely dead. Buddha asked all the disciples if in their lives, they had to repeatedly do the same work, and yet find joy in it, maintain vigilance, and sustain enthusiasm, which could make any task, even if it had to be done 1,000 times, how would that be possible? When a disciple couldn't answer, the Buddha began to explain that whenever a person feels that they have acquired all the knowledge from a particular task, they have mastered that skill completely. When a person gets this feeling, their essence for that work is gone because they believe there is nothing left to learn. Now, if they try to learn, what would they learn? They believe they already understand it all, and this is where a person makes a mistake. If the eyes are kept open, the intellect is kept clear, even the smallest task can become a path to self-awareness. Buddha continued, saying that another significant reason for losing enthusiasm, zeal, or energy for a task is the belief that we have plenty of time. We assume that we will always be alive, and due to this subconscious thought, we begin to perform every task with great indifference. However, the wise ones understand that every breath could be the last, so they must die every day. All your worries, all the hatred in your mind, all the restlessness, must be removed from your mind as the day ends. And you must cultivate the thought that every day is a new day, a new life, and that life will end by evening. Therefore, you have limited time, and within that limited time, you must employ all methods to attain self-awareness. You cannot be detached about it because that is the essence of life. For that, you must remain vigilant. You must live each day fully. You must live each breath completely. And you must realize that no matter what task you undertake, it is always new in itself. Whether we do the same task repeatedly or not, our consciousness should always be fresh. It should contain a sense of novelty and freshness. You should have enthusiasm. Then there will be an emergence of supreme joy in our lives. Such joy is constant, eternal, unaffected by anything. When we continuously experience that joy, we understand the path to self-awareness. We know which path to follow. Then you won't need to ask anyone. You won't need to watch any videos. Now you have found your path. You can stay in your joy 24 hours a day. Whether you are doing some work or simply sitting, you are continuously experiencing that joy. Every breath you take could be your last, so you are living each breath. There is novelty in your consciousness, freshness in it. As the teaching concluded, the Buddha addressed all his disciples, saying that we are now going for our evening meal. We eat every day, but from today, we will experience every morsel of our meal as if we are taking it into our mouths for the first time. This will make your consciousness feel fresh, as if it's never felt before. Apply this practice in every aspect of your life, and you will find that even as your body gets old, your consciousness remains brand new. There is no fatigue in your eyes, instead, there is wonder. There is enthusiasm. Afterward, the Buddha and all the disciples gathered in the dining hall for the evening meal. So, how did you like this story? Please let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell, so you'll receive instant updates whenever we post an enlightening video. Until we meet in the next story, take care and stay blissful.